Okay, so it took me a moment to remember or to realise where we're going. It was actually back in that first area because we totally missed we totally avoided one of the cargo bays, didn't we? I think this was like the diversionary. Is there one around here somewhere? That was like the diversionary or the bonus area to explore. Okay, yeah, that's a body. Okay, we'll check the other floors first. Yep, there's one up here, isn't there? One more than one. Oh dear. Do we really need to go through there again? God damn it. Was there a body on the floor on the second floor? I don't think I was. Well, I wasn't paying attention enough. Okay, this kind of works. Okay, that doesn't work. Is there any bodies up here? Is it just... Okay, let's just go down. God damn it. I have like no health. That one better be upstairs. Oh, I've got those, I've got these, haven't I? Those are like med hypos but on steroids. So they heal you a lot. I think what we're going to do... So this is Sanga's body. God, that's really creepy. Okay, let's get out of here. We good to go? Seems it. Okay. So they shouldn't be able to follow us out, I don't think. We should be okay once we're over this. There we go. Oh shit. Now we need to go explore the... I guess I was wrong about that. So now we need to go explore the other cargo bay. So I did want to say as well, like I think I misspoke in the previous video. Well, I didn't quite describe it right. I was looking at cognitive dissonance, which I think I called cognitive dissonance at one point. Sorry, I was over concentrating on other stuff. It's kind of that ballpark. It's the same with doublespeak. It's kind of that, but it's not quite at the same time. I think cognitive dissonance usually, in games at least, is when your actions don't match the way your character acts. So it's not really... Oh shit. Not really about the game itself. Not really about like the game saying one thing and being another, usually. God damn it. It's usually stuff like it's more to do with the gameplay, I think. Like the story presents you in one way, but then the gameplay is completely different. So for example, the example usually trotted out is how big is this place? Okay, let's do this side first because this side's smaller. The example usually used is like, is this broken? Yeah. Is the Uncharted games and Nathan Drake. So like over the course of those games, is that upstairs? Oh man, whose arm is that? So over the course of those games, like Nathan Drake, oh god. So over the course of those games, or even in one game, Nathan Drake kills hundreds of people, but he's always this, which would make you think he's like a psychopath or a sociopath or one of those big words. But then, oh dear, that was a bit shaky. But then he's always so cheery and positive, and he's a hero, which is cognitive dissonance in that respect, because he acts like a mass murderer, or he does horrible things, well, things that society would deem generally horrible regardless of the circumstances, i.e. murder. But then the game itself has such a light and airy tone. You know, you're not the bad guy for killing all those people, you're the good guy. It's just what you need to do. And what System Shock 2 does isn't quite the same, because that's more about, yeah, that's going to collapse when we stand on it, so don't do that. And that's something in Uncharted that is unintentional. Bottle of juice, okay. Why did somebody put that in a container? That seems like in a chest or a, what do we call these? Container. Yeah, it's a container, sorry. Shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna reload, sorry about that. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought if I could get there, I can maybe reach out to here. Like sometimes there's a thing where the game will let you, like you can reach further for items than you physically can. I think instead what we're going to try and do is just clip this. Yeah, there we go. That worked. But yeah, we were talking about, or I was talking to you about, the Uncharted games and 15 nanites, that's it. Like cognitive dissonance. Like I don't, like I say, what this does isn't quite that. Like unless the definition broadens out, like it doesn't match what's going on in this game. I think this is more like, I mean, doublespeak or cognitive dissonance are all around this, aren't they? Like it's that sort of ballpark, where the message isn't quite the same as the intention. Is there nothing in here? But at the same time, like even if, oh okay, there's ammo there. Even if it's in the ballpark, it's still not exact, is it? So it's worth just clarifying that. I love when, like, I do love a lot of the things about this game. Like I love these signs on the wall. I remember seeing these as a kid and realising they're written in blood and it just being so scary. But then, like, starting to think about it as an adult, it just doesn't seem very practical. Like, how could you, legibly write that big a sign in your own blood before you succumb to your injuries or fall unconscious. It just doesn't seem realistic. And like, what sort of wound could you get that would put out that much blood that you'd be able to write that on the wall before you die? Unless you're on something, obviously. Need to get those bullets, don't we? It's one of those things in games that like it looks cool, but then when you start to think about it, like, you realise, wait, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense in like a practical way. Oh, okay. You can imagine somebody stood there like scrawling a message in their own blood, and you think, like, if you had that much time to write that big a message on the wall in your own blood, why didn't you try to like stymie the bleeding, you know, save yourself? So there's two in here. Yeah, take it. I think there's like turrets around here or something. Yeah, as well. Can we shoot that? But yeah, I think like with the cognitive dissonance thing, I'll probably stop talking about it in a second because it's I think I'm doing it to death without really going into much detail. I think it's that sort of ballpark, but I don't think cognitive dissonance or really doublespeak quite fit. I was thinking actually like satire is another good expression of the idea, but again, it's not quite accurate. Because I mean, it's not supposed to be funny in this, is it? Well, I guess it is darkly comic, isn't it? And there's nobody here. Interesting. Oh, okay, yeah, I think that calls like a robot or a hybrid. I don't know if you saw the message. I won't use it again because I think it does call somebody, and we don't want even more company. Oh, come on. Yeah, I was thinking like satire as well, sort of the same ballpark as well. It's like that sort of you say one thing but you mean the other, and you use what you say to express an idea that isn't immediately apparent. Because like satire is about making fun of somebody, but in a usually well, it's comedic, but like you don't ham it up too much. You try and layer it. It's just when you look at it, you can see the comparisons, and the humour arises from there. Most of the time, I mean, it's a broad subject, so. Yeah, okay, there's gun holes there. Interesting. So there's just one more for us to look into, okay. Oh shit. This might be a bit of trouble.